Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Film Buds podcast. This is episode number 131. 31, yeah.
No, now that I'm on it, it's like a good lesson, you know? It's like, it's always the hopping that's hard, not the landing, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Now that I'm on it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't procrastinate, people.
It's good to have you back. And my name is Henry.
I'm Chloe.
And this time around, we got some good films to talk about. Indeed. Not that we don't always.
Sometimes a little.
Yeah. Well, we have a review of Just Mercy. What's up?
Yeah, I'm thinking Dr. Dolittle right now.
It's a classic.
Wow.
Just Mercy, which is now available for free during throughout June on VOD. And then we have, that is cool. And I think Selma is the same thing.
Yes. There are a couple other ones as well.
Yeah. And then we also have a review of See You Yesterday, which is a Netflix original that came out late last year and is produced by Spike Lee.
Very underappreciated, that movie.
Yeah, I had not heard of it.
No one had. Yeah. No one. I said I saw it a while ago and I rewatched it. But no one's heard of it. I said, oh my gosh, guys.
Yeah.
It's weird for Netflix, especially because they love to advertise.
Yeah. And then maybe we'll touch on that. Speaking of Selma, that whole controversy with that. You hear about that, Chloe? The I Can't Breathe protest thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we also have a listener question concerning films that we found helpful over the years of, I don't know what the right term would be.
Bettering our allyship.
Yes. Well said. Other stuff we watched, all the usual stuff. So thank you so much again for joining us.
Thank you.
And although we say it every week, we really hope everyone out there is staying safe as best you can. These are very
these are the
intense.
Craziest times.
These are crazy times. Yes.
In modern history, everything that's going on is bananas. I'm not saying it's like worse than ever, because it's not. But I'm saying it's more loony to the toony than ever. Like, it's so much crazy stuff is happening all at once.
Yeah, I feel like every hour there's some new crazy story. You know?
Could go either way.
Yeah.
There's going to be change.
Oh, either way. There will be. Well,
sorry, buddies. We'll be happy now. Well, not really, actually, but we'll try.
A few things to talk about, just a few reminders that are important. And now this will be the last time that I'll mention it, and I'll just let the ads speak for themselves after this. But we do have a sponsor, which is Done Manufacturing, and they are making safety masks for COVID-19, and we will have a few short ads throughout the show, as we did last time. And the big thing to mention, not only the do all the proceeds, if you buy them through us, go to COVID-19 charities, but the Done Manufacturing is in the process of making safety masks with the Film Buds logo on them. So you can be safe and stylish.
Whoa.
Yeah. So thank you so much again to them for doing all of that and setting that up. At one point soon, I think maybe within the week, you will be able to buy them through thefilmbuds.com. There will be like photos and stuff. So just keep an eye out for that. But we will have ads. And
at least they're, more useful than, it's a good, if you're going to have an ad, at least it's good for the community. You know?
For sure.
If you get a mask, like we said, you do some good for somebody else, which is nice. And, usually they're like, lots of mattress ones. How many mattresses does a person need?
True.
Yeah. And then what are other ones? And I'm just wondering.
I don't know.
You don't listen to podcasts with advertisements.
Not really.
No. I only listen to a couple podcasts, but they all have hella advertisements.
Really?
So lots of mattresses.
Hey, I mean, we all need them.
Oh, mattresses and website design spaces. Everyone agrees with me here. I need to know the best one. I'm going to sound crazy. I run a Wix one for Seely's house, and I run a Squarespace one.
So of the 3 websites that I've done, I'm all Squarespace.
Really?
I find it.
I like Wix, man.
I find it the cleanest, the simplest, and nothing against Wix. It's just that
Well, I take that personally.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hey, you know what's better than Wix or Squarespace?
WordPress?
Masks.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And next thing, if you haven't yet, please become a patron at our Patreon site, which is patreon.com/thefilmbuds. And that link is also on thefilmbuds.com and in the show notes. So if you haven't yet, please become one if you can.
If you feel like it.
It helps just support the monthly costs of the shows and all that.
Yeah, it supports Henry's therapy sessions after dealing with me. He goes right from this to that directly. He says, okay. Directly.
Yeah.
The twist is I'm the therapist.
Yes. We stop here and then we just have a little therapy session.
I just use a different voice.
Yeah.
I won't do it because I don't want to confuse you. I don't want to mess with your mindset.
Yeah, I'm very. It's very easy for me to get confused.
I know.
So thank you. Mm-hmm. It's happened before.
Yeah.
And
go back and try to.
Yeah. And then last thing, and I'm almost done. I'm exhausted already, so I'm right there with you. I do have my own new YouTube film video essay series called Beyond the Film. And there are 2 videos up now, and there will be a new video every Saturday. So a new one released every Saturday.
Oh, that's much better than the Film Buds. You got a set day.
Yeah. But I mean, in this case, because we're always dealing with release dates and stuff, so it's harder to do. Although, this is the thing. The last few weeks, we've had the shows released totally on Monday.
Nice. Maybe that should just be our thing.
Maybe.
Because, Henry... Or we'll see if I then push it to Wednesday, because usually we always say we're going to record on Saturday, and I'm like, oh, just kidding, can't do Saturday. And then you're like, okay, and we're like, okay, Sunday, and I'm like, oh, Sunday's not gonna fly, and then we end on Monday.
Well, see, what's funny, Chloe? It's almost like when you're dealing with someone who's always late, you say, hey, be here, like, or if you're like with me, you're like, hey, come at 8:30, even though it starts at 8.
Yes, because you'll get there at 8.
I'm like, Chloe, let's do Friday morning. Yeah. And then Monday afternoon comes around.
Hey. Before we, hey now, it's What's Saturday. Up? I'm 2 days late, not 3.
That's right.
Watch it.
Sorry about that. Well, Chloe, how you doing? I miss you every day.
You too. Oh my God, you scared me a little bit, but it was my fault. I lose track of time and everything.
What did I do?
When you stopped by. Don't worry, everyone. Don't worry, no contact. He dropped off a new microphone outside. And I popped up after looking for something in my little thingy that, by the way, I have not found. But what can you do? I was looking for something in my kitchen. And then I popped up and said, oh my God, it's Henry.
Mm-hmm.
That's that. That's the most interesting. Thank God it was you. Imagine if you're like, no.
Well, you know, if it happened to someone else, I would have been there shortly, so I could have helped you if it was someone bad.
Thank you. I think I'd help you.
Okay. Well,
I've been in a lot more fights than you. I guarantee. More altercations.
I've been in verbal fights a fair bit, so I don't know.
I've been in the physical ones.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, not by my doing.
No, well. To be fair,
they were all reactionary.
Growing up with an older brother, we did tussle a lot. So I was never, a street fighter. Okay. I was never, Fight Club-esque.
Me neither, except for sports maybe. But no. Don't worry, mine were just hate crimey.
Oh, well,
against
that's
me. Don't worry.
Comforting.
Don't worry. I didn't do any hate crime. I hope we can all know that. But. Yeah, no. Plus my dad is, a little, what's the word I'm looking for here? He always, but somebody apparently said something to him in the grocery store for wearing a mask or whatever, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like something like really, I I don't know, like almost, what's the word I'm looking for here? You know, trying to start a fire, like trying to really start something, not just something rude, like properly, like.
Right. Oh, yeah.
You know, and my dad was like, apparently it was like a bit, you know, you can picture the type of person because, you know, not to be like that, but we can, you know, the guys from, what's the movie I love with Daniel Radcliffe?
Not Guns Akimbo.
No. Nazi movie.
Oh, Imperium?
Yeah. Like the guys from Imperium, like one of them, you know, very Hillsborough. Boy. No shade, but it's true.
Oh, right? No, it's true.
We can say that. We're in Hillsborough. Yeah. Anyway.
No offense, everybody. There's some good ones out there. Don't worry.
Yeah, Henry's a product of Orange.
And I know somebody. I know somebody who listens who I knew there. Great guy. Yeah. So shout out to him.
Great guy. And that waiter from California Pizza Kitchen. Shout out to that guy.
Oh, yeah. I hope he's all right. I hope he's cool. I hope he's doing all right.
I basically forgot what I was talking about, which is probably good. Oh, but basically my dad, every time anyone does anything to him and we talk about it after whatever, he's like, it's a good thing we didn't fight because, you know, I could kill him. Like constantly. Like he's taught me the moves, like the one, you know, 1-2 punch, as it were. Not that he would ever use it without necessity, but it's just the funniest thing coming out of little Papa Strauss's mouth. Because like it's true. I told you about the crazy bar fight he was in, right? With his like
so I think he actually told that story on the show.
Did he? It's a good story. Yeah, against the motorcycle gang. Anyway, it's just hilarious. But this brings me to a thing that I must say, or he's gonna get upset.
All right.
Okay, because he keeps telling me, says, Chloe, you have to clear this up. You didn't say it. And I said, yeah, that's because it's funny if I don't say it all. Plus, and he was like, no, it's not. Blah. So he's getting on me about this. So pardon the comedic sabotage. But remember how I said my grandpa was the mayor of a town in Germany for a year?
Yes.
Basically, after the war, he stayed to do cleanup, that kind of thing. He was tending to people's wounds and so on and so forth. And he was the highest ranking officer around. And they said, okay, you're the mayor. And he said, okay, great.
Wow.
So it's cooler, but it's not as fun. So
sure.
That's that on that. But I know basically nothing about it. I'm very curious. Also, he didn't speak German. I don't know. Anyway. Then the other thing he's making me give more information about is, if you recall, he's an Eagle Scout. You know,
I do. Yeah.
And I said I had no idea what his project was. This is fascinating. You know, his Eagle Scout project, and I hurt him deeply by not remembering what it was, and I just don't care. So anyway, it's very interesting though. So Henry, you'll never guess. He grew up in Vermont. Actually, I want you to guess. What do you think it was? Anyone guess. Perfect. So what he did was he built under like the quarry, which I've been to, like in, you know, it's Vermont. It's very, you know, lots of more cows than people, that kind of thing. So there's a quarry, and underneath he built a bomb shelter, like a nuclear, because, you know, it's during the Cold War and stuff, because he was like a teenager. And so he built like a bomb shelter, and apparently had enough food for 2 weeks for a fourth of the population of, oh God, I'm going to mess up. It's really going to be like Groundhog Day with this story. Basically, he built a huge bomb shelter, and I was like, what the heck?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
like underground.
Is it still there?
I guess. I don't know. I also don't know how he got permission to do that. Like, who owns it? Who owns that little bomb shelter? It's not little, it's big.
Yeah.
Can fit like 1,000 people.
Maybe we'll have to do a live stream of going to find it, like Ghost Hunters kind of thing. That
would be amazing. No, like Splinterhead's my favorite underrated movie about the geocaching.
Yes.
Did you know geocaching is back?
I didn't.
Yeah. You seem like a geocacher to me. Like, you don't, but it seems like you'd be Thomas Middleditch in Splinterheads. I know you don't know what I mean, but you should watch that movie and then you'll know what I mean.
I will.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Chloe, anything else you want to mention?
No.
Anything going on? wild stories?
Oh, no? Well, not really. YGG to all the protesters out there, but also please be safe because it's wild. Like, yes, I can't do it because I'm, high risk.
Actually, speaking of, my mother and I, when was it?
The one in Hillsborough?
2 days ago, maybe? There was an NAACP gathering, and my mother and I risked it and went down for a while.
That's good.
And now, not that this is at all new to me. I mean, it's just more so, I guess, being there in person, the anger, seeing people's anger, and not just like all kinds of people, was truly like almost like jaw dropping. It makes total sense, but like seeing that in person and that the passion and anger of those people there, it's really something to see. And I'm glad I got to be there for a short time.
More than anger, it's probably just like frustration, and like the first time they're allowed to, it's like a lot of pent up energy the first time a lot of people can say something.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's jump in, shall we? Let's get into our review of Just Mercy, which again is available for free on VOD. And we do have a clip, so take a listen.
It's easy to see this case as one man trying to prove his innocence. But when you take a black man and you put him on death row a year before his trial, and exclude black people from serving on his jury, when you base your conviction on the coerced testimony of a white felon, and ignore the testimony of 24 law-abiding black witnesses, when any evidence proving his innocence is suppressed and anyone who tries to tell the truth is threatened, this case becomes more than the trial of just a single defendant. It becomes a test of whether we're going to be governed by fear and by anger, or by the rule of law. If the people standing in the back of this courtroom are all presumed guilty when accused, if they have to leave here and live in fear of when this very thing will happen to them, if we're just going to accept the system that treats you better if you're rich and guilty than if you're poor and innocent, then we can't claim to be just.
All right. Just Mercy came out very late last year. I think also in January. It had a short
It was super
run.
late. And I was so mad. I was so mad. Henry, I didn't even remember the circumstances, but I was so irritated. Oh, that's what it was. It was only in theaters for like literally a weekend here.
Yeah, it came and went.
I couldn't believe it, and I was so mad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Totally forgot.
And it is directed and co-written by Destin Daniel Cretton. And it stars Michael B. Jordan, Jamie Foxx, Brie Larson, Christopher Wolf, Michael Harding, Charlie Pye Jr., Adam Boyer, J. Alphonse Nicholson. That's about it.
Nuh-uh.
Who am I?
Tim Blake Nelson.
Oh, yeah. Man,
O'Shea Jackson. Rob. Oh, shoot. What's Rob?
Man, this IMDb
name?
list is so
terrible.
messed up. Ugh.
We hate
Sorry,
IMDb.
Everybody. Yeah.
Rob Morgan.
Okay.
Lots of people.
Yeah.
O'Shea Jackson Jr., pardon. Forgot about the junior.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good catch.
We love that family. Or at least I love that family.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the synopsis is world-renowned...
Oh, and Rafe Spall. Duh.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Crazy. So weird. Every time he pops up, I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing here? He's like Sam Claflin. Okay.
Yeah. And the synopsis is world-renowned civil rights defense attorney Brian Stevenson works to free a wrongly condemned death row prisoner. Well...
They've already messed it up, haven't they?
Yeah. Now...
He wasn't world famous at that point.
Yeah. Now, this is based off the book by Brian Stevenson. and it is a true story.
Yep.
Well, Chloe, you were the one that, had been looking forward to this one for a long time. Yes. Would you like to start off?
Sure. Well, where to start? Yes, I was very excited for this movie with a little bit of that, not trepidation. What's the word? I wasn't like I wanted to watch it wholeheartedly, 100% was looking forward to it, but I was like, maybe it was like having to prepare myself a little bit. Like you have to like take an extra beat before you step into that, right? Which is, again, obviously a privilege of my situation, being able to step into seeing a movie like that and feeling those things and everything. But yeah, I've been looking forward to it for a long time, in part actually every part of it for different reasons, like Michael B. Jordan. Who doesn't? Who?
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Well, he's out there protesting right now.
Oh, God. I know.
As is Jamie Foxx.
I know. Jamie Foxx is a real one from oh my gosh. But I love Michael. I know I'm not alone in that, but I'm just obsessed with Michael B. Jordan.
No, he's great.
I think he's great. So good. Oh my God. He deserves the Oscar. I don't know when Oscars are. Did the time pass? He's not going to get it anyway, but...
No, yeah, because this would have been in the Oscars this past year.
Horrendous. If you ask me, 100% deserved at least a nomination for this movie. But also, we don't care about Oscars, but you know
I
what
agree.
I mean. SAG. Give him a SAG award, okay? Ugh. Anyway, I also thought Brie Larson was really good, and Jamie Foxx was really good. Nobody... Also, Tim Blake Nelson he's always good. He's one of those gonna go down in movie history as what word am I looking for? Like a building block of character actors. He's a big deal. He's solid in everything he does, and he also doesn't shy away from anything, which I think is cool. So anyway, he worked with James Franco when James Franco was going through that little whirlwind, making 10 movies a year with his little, Anyway.
I'll be talking about one of them in Picks of the Week.
Really? Oh, I'm curious to know. I've seen all of them, basically.
And wait, to clarify, one of the ones he directed. Have you seen all the ones he directed?
Well, I haven't now, but at that time, I don't remember when it was, maybe 20, shoot, I have no idea actually, but, just tell me what it is. Or don't.
In Dubious Battle?
No idea.
It's the John Steinbeck novel.
What? Okay, just kidding, I do have idea. What? Mm-hmm. What's wrong with my brain? I don't know. Anyway.
It was recent, fairly recent.
Yeah, but I also love John Steinbeck. I don't know. I guess I gotta look through my bookshelf. I got Steinbeck section, so if it's not in there, I gotta pick it up.
Big time.
I love The Pearl. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, there's so much to say, it's overwhelming. But in any case, the acting is superb, and all the literally everyone in it is so good. That's really important. It's not just which speaks to, okay, let me say this well. Hold on. Okay. The type of actor who would be attracted to a project like this in earnest is the same type of actor who I think would be able to show the proper, not restraint, but has enough respect for the subject matter of the story and the people involved to treat them like real people, not like an exciting, somebody, no shade everyone, but someone who wants to play the Joker, you know what I mean, kind of thing, Jared Leto or whatever, right?
I'm glad Jared Leto's not in this movie.
Yes. But it's all the actors are clearly contributing. They're clearly trying to lift up the story and pay tribute to it and respect it. And, the care about it comes through in their acting as well. But all of that, clearly Michael B. Jordan is and Jamie Foxx and Brie Larson to perhaps lesser extent, just because of, I don't know, her style, her path or whatever. But they're like power, like main character power. Especially Jamie Foxx has been like the charisma machine for like ever. Like I feel like he is one of the, we talk about how like not many actors actually bring people to the theater with their names anymore, but I feel like Jamie Foxx and Michael B. Jordan like both do.
Yeah, I would agree.
For me, Michael B. Jordan definitely does, and for all my friends, Michael B. Jordan definitely does. So for various reasons, but anyway. Anyway.
He's just a great actor.
He's so good. Oh my God. Okay. But anyway, yeah. So it clearly could have been like the Michael B. Jordan show as opposed to anything else, right? Like even talking about the Oscars, like they could have gone for all that stuff with like really intense score and like whatever, blah, 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 and like stupid monologues and all that kind of stuff, right? But there's none of that, which makes sense. Like I said, like good attracts good. So it's beautiful to see something like this come together so seamlessly. And it also makes a lot of sense why it does, because the people who would be involved, you know, all found each other in a, you know, the same kind of mindset. And so that also goes with the fact that the acting all around is so good. Like even O'Shea Jackson's so good. He has like almost no part, but it's so good. And he's based on a real person. You know, they all are. And what's the character's name? Oh, gosh. The Vietnam vet, Rob. What's his character's name? I can't remember. But anyway, his performance was amazing, I think.
It was. Yeah.
Wasn't it incredible? Herbert Richardson. Herb. I thought it was just incredible. And they set up, it was such a confined, the movie was in a very confined space, but they set it up so beautifully. Like even somehow well, not in a dismissive way. I don't want to say, not roomy or anything, but like the death row cells, it felt like its own, it was like clearly its own world. Yeah. You know, it was very, the writing and the direction and everything did the, I think, you know, who am I? But from where I sit, did the truth of these people's lives proud, I think, at least. Or, not, justice, maybe. Mm-hmm. You felt, or at least I feel like they made it very palpable, the all the badness of the situation, you know, the claustrophobia, I guess, the like inescapableness, you know. Now I might be like talking too much without letting you talk, so yeah, probably.
No, that's fine.
I'll say it quick.
Okay.
I'll say it quick. One thing I had, so I went and watched the 60 Minutes thing, which they include in the movie, like a kind of a reenactment kind of little thing about the 60 Minutes story they did on that was done surrounding the case and everything. And the one thing I have about the movie is that they were way too nice about people. Like like the DA was literally scum. Like I don't like if you watch the 60 Minutes, oh my God, Rafe Spall, like sure you acted like a jerk, but oh my God, you know, that kind of thing. So like I'm fine with the artistic. I really appreciate the you know, to use their words almost, like the grace given in the movie by way of, I'm assuming, definitely fictitious characters such as the prison guard who kind of, as he saw more, kind of shifted clearly, which was very well executed too. Again, it's beautiful in its subtlety because the movie appreciates that the reality of the situation is so worthy in and of itself of storytelling that it doesn't, you know, it's no The Help. Okay, everybody? Thank you and good night. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we'll get to that one in a bit.
Yes. But yeah, so that was kind of my one thing. But also, you know, I kind of get, you know, it's a short story and I get it, but that was the DA thing kind of pissed me off. But they also cut out a lot of, this is the part that makes total sense because of the story. They cut out a lot of people who did kind of more or less do the right thing and, you know, of all, you know, creeds and all races and everything, like, who did tell the truth. But that's kind of a lot of the point is it doesn't matter. It only takes a A few bad people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, big time.
Because those people, like the bad cops and everything, because they're so, and this is unfortunately extremely true and very obvious today. Like the bad people are far fewer, but they're built. They can climb the ladder of all the racism, all the oppression, all the colonialism, everything that's been built through society. So naturally, even though there are way less of them, they get power, like through the police, and also, like the DAs, a voted position, everything. Like they get power through all these means. So even though, they are smaller, they are mightier just because they stand on so much institutionalized badness, which this movie obviously focuses on very successfully, I think, because it cuts it down to like 3 stories, which I think is, and it's kind of like, because we have the 3 oh gosh, I don't know the actual term, cell neighbors, I guess, I don't know, like Jamie Foxx, and then you have the Vietnam vet, and you have O'Shea Jackson. But yeah, they have Herb and O'Shea Jackson and Jamie Foxx, and they all kind of have different outcomes. But I think it's narrow enough for you to have that emotional attachment. It's not like huge, which would make it more difficult. Like you zoom in to see people, like real people, but then also you still see the kind of like, roll the dice almost, like all your options. But yeah, go ahead, Henry.
Yeah, well, should we do a quick little sponsor?
Yeah, let's throw.
All right, let's do it.
For the best way to stay cool, calm, and protected this summer, please review our products at sweatmagic.com. I'm Mark Dunn, and we provide quality face masks for your protection and satisfaction. Please note that all proceeds of these sales will go to help the COVID-19 cause. Thank you, and stay safe.
Okay. Well, I
welcome
had
back.
heard... Yeah, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. I had heard pretty good things about the movie, but like Chloe said, it came and went pretty quick.
It was so frustrating. Henry, every time, because Henry and I, in the old world, we saw movies, all the movies together, and every time the trailer came on, I did my little pumpy, dancy Leslie Knope style kind of thing going on, Ugh. Mm-hmm. Same thing with, is a movie called Waves?
Yes, I haven't seen that yet. I want to.
I heard that Frank Ocean song. I said, this is going to be my favorite.
Sure.
They played Godspeed. I said, this is going to be my favorite movie of the year. And it didn't even come out. Come on.
I like, as you do, I believe, I enjoy legal dramas a lot because oftentimes it deals with a pretty important story or discussion.
You can keep a few good men. I'm not a courtroom person as much as I am a movie that says something person.
Right.
Yeah.
I still think, as I'm sure you do, 12 Angry Men is still one of the essential films, and
that's
To
one
Kill
of the best movies ever made.
Yeah, To Kill a Mockingbird for me is still really important and in that category. Mm-hmm. And so legal dramas can really have a pretty important part of cinema, and I thought this one has its place as well. I thought it was fantastic. There are a few little things I want to talk about, but I loved it across the board for the most part. And
it was long, but it did not feel it to me for 1 second.
Yeah, it did not feel long to me either. And as you said, Jamie Foxx and Michael B. Jordan in particular were incredible.
Oh my God.
One small nitpick, though, is I did find the writing for Brie Larson to be pretty weak. I feel like I didn't really get to know her I didn't really get to know her that well, and she was this like big part of the story. And
she wasn't that big a part of the story, though.
Well, I just found that she just came and went kind of in and out, and it just felt a little weak.
Like an ally. She was there for support when she needed to be. She was there to bounce off of and act off of. She gave up space for the growth and the she nourished, I guess, kind of, but she didn't take up a lot of space, which I think is actually pretty important in the storytelling.
And as you also said, I loved Herb, the actor who played Herb.
Oh my God!
I thought the scene, the final scene with him, where he was talking to Michael B. Jordan, was incredible.
It hurt.
It was so moving.
I'm crying now again.
Yeah, it was, and also the final resolution with Jamie Foxx and Michael B. Jordan. I thought when you get that moment, it's so fulfilling, and especially because you do see it is a true story, and you look at everything going on, and it just elevates that even more so than it already is. And so I thought it was very powerful in so many ways, and there were maybe a couple lulls, but I still felt it came to a...
I didn't feel a single lull.
Really?
I really didn't.
I thought the second half, not as much so, maybe certain parts of the first half, but it wasn't really a big deal, because there were still these big boiling points where it all came together and was really effective. And as I guess Warner Brothers, why the reason they made it free is to educate people on systematic racism. And you do see that, like the scene that comes to mind is when has to strip at the prison. I thought that was very effective in that way. And also the police stop at night, where he gets pulled over. And it does have a lot of good, very important situations that sadly happens all the time, even now. And it's just as we've been saying, it's just very... It's an important film, and it's done in an accessible way. It's still a movie. Yeah, it's done in an accessible way, and it's not preaching. It's just saying things as they are and presenting it in a way that's both "quote unquote" entertaining, but also still has the power there in the core of the,
even if it's just emotional information.
Yeah, of the story. And I had not heard of this lawyer beforehand. Had you, Chloe?
Yes.
Okay. I hadn't heard of him, and just seeing
I've read the book.
amount of just the amount of work that he had done, and he has done.
I urge everyone to read the book, not just because he's an amazing human being who's basically like a real life superhero, but also he is so eloquent, and the book is just beautiful. Like, it's so beautifully written. Yeah.
And so I just... seeing that all come together and knowing that's a real story and what he's done for people over the decades is incredible.
And he's still there.
He's still
living
going.
his best life in Alabama. Yeah. My God. And he started 2 other foundations. So one builds, one's, oh God, I'm going to mess it up. But one, basically, a part of it anyways, they build monuments to... or I guess about whatever, like slavery and that kind of thing, like right next to the Capitol. Like, it's very powerful. Just look it up, because I'm doing a bad job. But I think it's really, especially right now with all the like Confederate statue stuff and everything, he's like, he's going and building some memorials to actual things.
Yeah. And even talking about how you were saying he's this superhero, usually when there's like a tagline for a movie that says like there are real heroes out there or something, which I think it's something similar to what this movie is. In this case, it's actually true. It's like he really is a flesh and blood human being and hero. And it's a very inspiring and powerful story that I'm really glad is being...
Me too.
Told in the way that it is. And it's very well directed, quite well written. I did not love the score, not a big thing.
I liked it. I noticed it and I liked it. Yes.
Yeah.
A twist.
Yeah.
A twist. I literally noticed it and said, I like it. Yeah. Toward the end, especially.
Yeah, more so towards the end. I didn't love when there are these montages of them like getting files together and doing all this stuff. There was this kind of an
there
obvious.
Was so little of that, Henry.
As I'm saying,
so
these are small.
Filler.
These are little things just for the sake of conversation. I'm not. This is not a stinker. I'm just saying it's.
Yeah.
Little things.
Little things.
Yeah.
But shoot, I wanted to say something about what you were saying before, but
I did really love Jamie Foxx, and Jamie Foxx doesn't do it for me every time.
Yeah.
But like when he's great, he's amazing. Like
he's a real
Django's
Adam Sandler.
yeah. Django is the other one that comes to mind, but he was amazing in this, and
Ray.
Yes. Yeah.
No, Ray? No. Yes.
Yeah. No,
yes,
no, you're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's the other one I'm thinking of? There's another one I'm thinking of too, but anyway. The music video with Jake Gyllenhaal as well. Don't blame it on
Classic.
the alcohol. Yeah.
Classic.
But yeah, it's just so well put together. And again, I think to me, especially Michael B. Jordan's performance was just like absolutely stunning. But again, everyone, like the son, people who had were in one scene, like one line, it was just incredible. And I think that really highlights the value. Again, I appreciate that movies are entertainment and whatever. But I think it shows the power, it's not just for, getting up on a soapbox making movies that mean something. I think it really just adds it's just going to make them better. It's going to make the people in them want to be better. It's going to put more love, more heart into it. There's real passion and soul and, sympathy or empathy there. And I think that's what really can elevate a movie. So beyond, I think, the responsibility of education and everything on that wide scale, I think it's also just, again, mutually beneficial. I think if you make something a story really worth telling, it's going to be inherently better.
Yeah.
And that's
yeah. And
go ahead.
As you're just saying, by the end, and especially when you see the real footage of this guy, it gives you it reaffirms that this is a possible feat.
Right.
It's something that can be done. It may take a lot of time and a lot of people, but it has been done and it can be done in the future. And so,
yeah,
it's great, Chloe.
Yeah.
It's just great.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I don't know. There are a couple things. So hope is obviously such an important. Without hope, you have no chance at a better future, basically. Which they talk about in the movie as well. And obviously, no one should have to be put in this situation. It should the fact 1 in 9.
Oh yeah, that's
people
crazy.
On death row are proved innocent is crazy.
That's crazy.
No one should think that's worth it. And also, the idea of, not to get all like that, but it's Brian says it really well, better than I'm about to say it, paraphrase it, but throwing away a life is never going to further anything for anybody, And you also see that really well through Tim Blake Nelson's character. And the real man was very similar, and you could really see it. Oh my God. It goes to show you, you can always be better. People. Oh yeah. That's the other thing about this movie. It's not judgmental. I wouldn't even, I reject kind of even saying it's preachy or not preachy, because certain things shouldn't have to be preached about.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it. Yeah, it's not I don't know. It's not talking down to people. I don't think it's
if anything, it's the opposite. It's saying, we know, somewhere in you.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It depends on which character you identify with, and it's not judgmental if whether you're the prison guard or you're, God forbid, an inmate or a family member or anything like that. it really gives you a place to assess, or Brie Larson, it really gives you a place to assess. And I didn't think her character was underwritten. I think it was really, I think when she was involved directly, it was strong, and that's to her performance as well. But also, it kind of goes to the idea of like, this is the everyday, and you have to weigh, like, again, like, you know, she opens her house to Michael B. Jordan, which again shows like the allyship in multiple ways. Like, it also is a really good reminder, which is also nice for people like me who have like a lot of physical limitations and stuff. Like, they're different. There's a place for everyone to do something in their own way. Like, not every, like, I wish, I wish I could do what Brian does in this world. But like, you know, if you can't do that, then like you can enable that to be done anyway. And I think her character shows that really well. Like, she's not a lawyer and that kind of thing, you know what I mean? And she's still respected and powerful, which is why it's, again, it's all good. It's the good people doing good things. And I think it's so much more powerful than a superhero movie. And that's my own stuff, but I just do, like, you don't get that.
You're right.
It's like the Tobey Maguire at the end of that little train thing has nothing on. You know what I mean? It's like the most famous scene.
That's a great scene.
Yeah, but it's got nothing on this kind of thing. And I also...
I agree.
I love... Again, but what I wanted to say was the only thing... Like, a story like this, you're on the ride, kind of. You're there for the end and the good part, and you feel that relief kind of and everything, right? Like, it's embarrassing, but like I was like shivering, like I was like feeling the things, right?
Oh yeah.
And so it's so important that a movie can tell you what's going on, but also give you the hope, right? But like, it's done its job, and then it's time for the audience to do their job. Like, you weren't there for the 6 years he was in prison and everything, and everyone around him, his kids, his wife, his family, right? But you get the good part, you know, and same with Brian. So that's my one thing, which isn't even about the movie really, because they show the other options. Like, Herb is killed and everything, right? Spoiler alert, you're fine. It's a true story, so I don't know. But anyway. But anyway, but it is that thing of, yes.
I was just gonna say one visual it's very subtle, but I think it's really there with intention. Is there's this really moving moment where he's about to be put in the chair, and he's being carried by like 5 or 6 white guards, and he's just covered in white hands. You know, it's just like he's being lifted
and chains
by all these, and by all these white hands. And it's such a powerful image to see that. And of course that speaks to a lot of things, but it's those little moments that really make it even more than it already is. Yeah,
and I think that's where like the artfulness of it comes in, is especially in the writing, like the dialogue, because obviously it's a true story and everything, but you're not going to have, you know, it's not the actual dialogue. So one of the things that was most poignant to me, because it's something I really think about a lot in my life, and it's just kind of exhibited through this, is when he's about to be put to death, and he says, this is the most anyone's asked me what I need in like my whole life.
Yeah,
and
that was
so true to what...
That's where I lost it. That's where
I know. Because it's so true, and it's not...
It is, yeah.
It's not talking about like, my mom didn't love me or whatever. It's saying the world in which I live already thinks I'm lesser, and also I don't have, you know, health care, which I know I'm me, but also it's very pertinent to his storyline. He gives and gives and gives and fights for everything, and he just walked on a result, and it just, you know, it's so heartbreaking and frustrating, and it does a really good job of showing that not taking care of people leads to having to take care of more, like letting people suffer leads to more suffering, and that's really clear in his storyline, you know. And so when he says like, no one asked me what I need, it's, you know, different. it's all of society. All of society in this country especially is just built on racism. Like, you don't stand a chance. Like, classism and racism unfortunately go hand in hand because you get a later start. Like, it's brutal. It's truly brutal. And so that line somehow encompassed all of that to me so well. And it's just,
yeah, I agree.
It frustrated me so deeply just because it's so true, you know?
Yeah, because he was this Vietnam vet who had an incredibly hard life. And then, that scene starts off with this guard asking him, or no, he asks, or she asks,
she says, can I get you anything?
Yeah. And he says, is my song going to be playing and things like that. And it's like, it's little questions like that he otherwise wouldn't be even, I don't know what the right word would be. Like, it's that just little afforded or interest in him. And it's like, but when he's on death row about to be killed, that's when people care. And so I agree about, that was really where the emotion came to a
prevention is the best treatment. That's just, and especially, in his case, it was down to mental health. Like, there's no excuse for it, honestly. So I just think he brought, I really credit the writing, but also, the acting. He really brought that whole huge, like, unbelievable headache of truth down into, he encompassed it as one person, which I think is really special and something that, again, just from where I sit, it pays a really special homage to the real person he's playing,
Mm-hmm. That sequence and that character really spoke, and really showed so many important things and very tragic things, of course.
Yeah. And then the one other thing I'll say that I really appreciate about this story is they didn't, and I've talked about this before, I think it's so important that they didn't try to make what's his name? What's Jamie Foxx's name? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Let me see.
Terrible. Walter. Sorry, everyone. That they didn't make, I really appreciate that they didn't try to make Walter like a perfect, human being. It's the same thing like I've talked about Native Son. It's one of my favorite books. And the idea with that kind of storytelling is like, you should not be held to an unbelievable standard to be worth something. Well, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even with Black Lives Matter, like, that's the lowest. Like, that's such an unfortunately low bar, like, to matter.
Yeah.
It's just, it's crazy. So in any case, that's a big, to bring it to right now, not to be, but we're all thinking about it. So you might as well talk about it, I guess. Like, and if you ain't thinking about it, you're not listening to this podcast. I can guarantee you that.
Probably not.
We lost you a long time ago. But anyway, like I've said, the white moderate is who you have to fear. But there's all this stuff about like, why I've seen lots of stuff that's like, why are we lifting up, like from people I know and, care about and everything. It's like, who are like, who are liberal. Like I'm like as far left as, oh my God, like that's a turn. It goes right off the map. How far, you know what I mean?
Oh
yes.
yeah.
Big time. Yes. But they're saying things like liberal people are saying like, why are we lifting up, like, why is George Floyd the one, like Breonna Taylor was the most stand up citizen at, like, there's this weird, like internal battle thing. And it's like, oh my word. Like, I'm just glad change is happening. It shouldn't have taken any of them, anything. It should not have even needed to change. Nothing should have, it shouldn't be, Yeah. But so anyway, as we talk about, representation is really important, and that's beyond just looks. So like the fact that he was imperfect does not mean that he is, the fact that George Floyd wasn't perfect, the fact that Walter wasn't perfect, by no means should condemn them to this life based on a standard that no one who doesn't look like them has to follow by any means.
Yeah.
And so I really appreciate that they didn't shy away from those things.
Yeah, and it's the most widely talked about things, but it really should not take a guy having a police officer, put his knee on his neck and be killed by that. Well,
being filmed.
Yeah,
happens all the time.
Yeah, that should not be the reason why.
Yeah,
the reason why something ignites. It should just. It shouldn't have to be a moment of violence to cause all this change, but
yeah. Well, as we say in the leftist community, poverty is violence. All violence. So,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Which actually,
sure.
Oh my gosh, Brian says the most beautiful thing, and that was, his speech at the end was so beautiful. And what did he say? Poverty is. Shoot. Oh God, just watch the movie. When he's speaking at the end to Congress, it's just beautiful, and it's so respectful, and the acting is incredible. Story is important, but also, like we said, it's so well done. It's it's all the best things a movie could be, if you ask me. It did not disappoint.
No. All right. Well, out of 5, Chloe, it's a 5er for me. Now I'm guessing
I haven't even said everything I want to say because I can't remember all the things I want to say about it. Honest to goodness, all the points I want to make.
Now I'm guessing this would have been on your top 10 list last year.
Oh, don't ever. Yes, absolutely. What was my number 1?
Little Women.
Was my number 1? Wow,
Little Women.
Just Mercy beats Little Women. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. Oof. I don't know what I've just knocked off my list, but I don't care. I don't care. I can tell you. Oh my God. I love Michael B. Jordan with all my heart. Yes.
He's great.
And this was to be meta again, this was the first movie, I'm pretty sure, where he required the, I doubt he had to fight for it, but the inclusion rider, which is,
Yeah.
So you gotta put your money where your mouth is.
Oh, yeah.
Which they all do.
All right. Well, I guess we can move on to our next review, which is See You Yesterday.
Yeah.
Which is currently on Netflix now.
But to recap, I guess my rating for Just Mercy is,
Oh, yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. And we do have a clip, so take a listen.
When we get this up and running, we gonna be out of here. Stanford, Morehouse, Spelman.
Hey, ring the alarm. Hey, whoa.
This is something Einstein spent his entire life trying to do.
We proved that time travel into the past is possible. If we just give it some time.
It's scary, but you inspire me. You going places, CJ, and since Pops is gone, I gotta make sure that you get there.
I don't need you always playing Big Brother.
I'm the only big brother you got. NYPD, don't move!
Calvin Walker, a 19-year-old black teen, was allegedly shot and killed by an NYPD officer. Walker was armed with nothing but a cell phone.
I am so sorry about all of this. If I could go back and fix it, I would.
All right.
Henry, I have to interrupt you.
What's up?
I thought of a rating. It came to me. Okay, you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's a very well pruned, I guess, like labyrinth, like the grass labyrinths, right? But it's not the labyrinth itself. So you're in the middle of it. No, it's not a labyrinth. Yes, a labyrinth. No, not a labyrinth. What's the other one? Oh, no. What's the one that's not a labyrinth?
Maze?
No, maybe it is a labyrinth. The one where there's a clear path. It's like a meditative path. It's a kind of labyrinth. Anyway.
Don't know.
Yeah. So.
Sorry about that, everybody.
So, yes. So it's the middle of that, and there's like a big stone fountain in the middle of the little square in the middle of the labyrinth. There's a big, beautiful stone fountain, just glittering away and everything. And there's one marble bench that's the same kind of marble as the stone of this. And yes, I do see Michael B. Jordan sitting on the bench in a suit.
Wow.
And that's what I picture.
That'd be a nice little, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
A nice Sunday afternoon.
Come on. Lazy Sunday.
Yeah.
But yeah, because you're in the middle of the labyrinth. And it's not Michael B. Jordan, okay? It's just picture like in a dream. It's not them, but it's them, you know what I mean? It's just, right. So you're in a labyrinth, which is kind of, obviously confining and everything, but you're at ease and you're comfortable and you're sitting next to this,
Nice guy.
Yeah.
All right.
You just hear the water. But at some point, when you leave the labyrinth, I hate them. I hate mazes and crap like that. So you still have to.
I don't do them.
Yeah. I'm not about a corn maze. Last time I did a corn maze, I peed myself. And this was senior year of high school.
Out of fear, or you were lost?
That's a great question. It was both fear and I had to pee really badly. And maybe a bit of laughter. But I'm talking full on. I'm not talking, like people do. I mean, I really, I fully peed myself. Yeah. With my best friend, Mary, friend of the show.
Yes.
It was a lot. We did get lost, kind of. That's what it kind of, but that's not why I peed myself. It was one of the chainsaw things. I hate that crap. I'm so against, as you know, Henry, I'm against basically all violence and I'm very against things that glorify violence and mimic it to make it fun or something. Because again, that's very, small, you're not looking around the real world. That's why I can't deal with stuff like that. But it was someone's Halloween party and blah, blah, blah. And everyone's like, oh, you're so anti-social, you're such a wet blanket, blah, blah, blah. But I had to go all these parties because of my friends. They weren't even my friends. Gross. They were Mary's friends. I didn't even really have any friends, honestly. I had a few. And none of them was the kind to throw a party, which fits, right? So I had to go to all these others, and the thing was going to a corn maze. So I could not go, right? Because if I said, and in retrospect, not in retrospect, me now, people grow. So me now, I just was said, there's no way. Because I don't respect it. Because it's not even the being scared part, Not being, which I didn't want to be like a scaredy cat in a wet blanket and all that stuff. But it is.
Wet sandwich.
Yeah. Yes. I don't want to be no ham and cheese sandwich, not kosher. So, but yeah, I hate the glorification of and the undermining of violence. And so the chainsaw and stuff like that. And at the time, it just freaked me out so much because Mary and I walked into the dude. And I said to Mary, I was like, it's like the whole thing with roller coasters. I found this out recently, Henry. I know you look so bored, but I got to. So.
No, I'm very fascinated.
So, I not recently, but I remember it was, I remember the first time I was also my senior year of high school, I think. I found out that roller coasters.
What a year.
Yeah, huge year for me. I didn't go to graduation either, guys. So I guess I'm with you there, except I didn't go because I didn't want to go. I went to a Vampire Weekend concert and then a Blur concert. So anyway, I am sorry to everyone who wanted to go to graduation camp, but you'll be okay,
I only went out of obligation.
I don't do obligation. I did not go. I did not buy a robe.
That was the last time.
The last time you went to, yeah.
I obligated.
I didn't do any. Oh, obliged? Yes. I didn't do any
obligated.
Of it. Okay, sorry.
I've heard it both ways.
But, okay. So I found out, basically, I thought the thrill of roller coasters was the possibility of death. Not the being afraid.
Well, you can die.
Not the being afraid of. Yeah, but I thought people liked it because you were might die. Not that it was the because I love that stuff.
Well, some people like that.
Well, the general thing that you do a roller coaster for is the going the up and down and do, right? I thought it was the whole thing of facing death because I'm crazy. Because I'm not.
Well, a lot of people that I know that ride them like it for that rush.
That your thing might break.
Yeah. Something like that.
My whole
Or decapitation.
thing,
I don't know.
Yeah, the whole thing. I thought that it was supposed to be some kind of malfunction of the machine that is like the ride. And I was like, why? This is terrible. But no, it's like people are afraid of heights and stuff like that. Okay. And like don't want to go fast and blah, blah. But I love that stuff. But I was so afraid the whole time because I went on like one roller coaster in my life. And it was this old wooden one at the state fair, which is like, you're really taking your chances with that.
Yeah, that's
this
not
was like
good.
the one time, I went to the state fair twice. Once was for a field trip, but then the second time, went to the state fair. Yeah, no one cares. But anyway, so it's the same kind of thing, like with the chainsaw and in the corn maze. What am I talking about? I don't know. But anyway, that's right. I thought people liked doing. Oh no, hear me out. This did not
Take
really
your time.
this didn't really make sense. But I see where I was coming from, which is better than usual. Okay, so what I mean is this is what I was saying.
Take us through.
I thought that people were afraid in corn mazes because of the possibility that somebody who worked at the corn maze, because what does it take to work at a corn maze? Not much, right?
Not many qualifications.
They very much could go, not to dismiss them by any means, but they could also, somebody could work for a corn maze, then be like, now's my time, and just take a real chainsaw in there.
Right. Oh, yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
And that's terrifying. So that's what I always thought, that the fear you're supposed to have in a corn maze is the fear that somebody has gone off the deep end or didn't get the help they needed or whatever and decided to bring a real chainsaw. Like, I thought that was the fear, not the simulation of a situation. So anyway, the point is, I hate all of it because violence is not funny and it's a luxury if you're not afraid of things. Like we saw in the movie, people are afraid based on, people are afraid driving, just period, because of who could come up behind, whatever. And so it's so luxurious to pretend to be afraid of things, Yeah. And that's my little piece about that. I don't know why I started there or where I came from or where I'm going, but that's how I feel about that.
Well, hey, if there are any corn maze employees out there, let us know your thoughts.
Let us know if I owe you a new pair of shoes from all the pee.
Yeah. Let us know the vibe.
We're gonna get our second bad review. The woman made me uncomfortable when she talked about her pee again. I guess you can only review once, but he'll find a way. I believe
he'll find
that.
a way.
He knew my name. He listened to a whole episode. He knew my name.
Oh yeah, you know who you are.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that said.
What made me talk about that? We didn't even start talking about See You Yesterday yet?
No,
what was I talking about? Oh my God. Here's a clip. Take a listen.
No, we already played the clip.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
Time is a construct. See, I'm back on track. Don't worry.
It is directed by Stefan Bristol, and it stars Eden Duncan Smith.
And co-written.
Say again?
It was also co-written by him with a lady
Frederica
who wears great
Bailey.
suits. There we go.
Yeah. And Dante Critchlow, Astro, Marsha, Stephanie Blake, Michael J. Fox, So Obnoxiously.
Hey!
He just get him out of there.
It was
I
love
him. I love him, but the whole Back to the Future reference, come
sweet.
on. Too pandery for me.
No.
But, yeah.
I thought it was sweet.
And the synopsis is two Brooklyn teenage prodigies, CJ Walker and Sebastian Thomas, build makeshift time machines to save CJ's brother, Calvin, from being wrongfully killed by a police officer. Yeah. Man, that one's loaded. Loaded.
Yeah. I mean, that wasn't bad by their standards, so.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Well, as we said at the beginning of the show, it is produced by Spike Lee, whose new movie is coming out next week on Friday. Yeah,
we're doing it.
Oh yeah, big time.
That's a little tidbit for all y'all. Get ready.
Tease.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Now, Chloe, I had not, as I mentioned, I had not heard of this movie before you said it. I don't think I have. You had seen this prior at some point,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
What?
I keep up with those Independent Spirit Awards. I'm all about those.
Yeah.
If it's got time travel or indie or social justice or need for reform, any two of the three, mix and match, I'm there.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's the deal? What's your?
You start this time. I started last time and every other time on the whole show. I can't believe you didn't like Michael J. Fox though. Come on.
Okay.
And he was reading Kindred. Oh, come on. It's so meta. He was Octavia Butler. That's you know that book?
No.
Great book. Everyone should read it. Michael J. Fox from Back to the Future in this movie about time travel is reading a book by Octavia Butler about the woman who time travels back to the Civil War times and has to deal with slavery. The black scientist.
That sounds good. But I love him. It's just in the movie. Come on.
I thought it was sweet.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, I did not watch the trailer before this. I didn't know anything about it really, other than the poster.
Oh.
And I thought it was pretty solid. It has the kind of signature Spike Lee genre blending. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different styles,
which I love. I think every movie should just be like that.
Yeah, and it's kind of like Tarantino in that way a little bit. Kind of blends a lot of genres and styles and tones, and then it also has the Robert Zemeckis, Steven Spielberg like childlike charm to it as well.
Yes,
and even so, it still has that very important message about just talking about many things, dealing with the dangers of
police brutality.
Police brutality, and discrimination and everything. And
may I interject?
Please.
I think more that talking about like the childhood, Zemeckis feel and everything like that. Like it's a great injustice and unfortunate circumstance, but for like a lot of kids, this movie would be a lot more relatable than a lot of others. So it's not even just like telling a message or show whatever. It's like
exactly.
It's also, again, unfortunately, a movie for, younger kids that's, reflective of their actual circumstances and puts a little bit of, not levity, but kind of like majesty into the situation, a little bit of, the hope that I'm sure we all, I guess, that especially kids and having to deal with such unjust circumstances, like you need that kind of hope and imagination. I think got a lot of us through childhood,
Right.
And I'm even thinking of like Beasts of the Southern Nation right now, because I really loved that movie and kind of identified with her in some ways, and obviously it ties in dealing with, again.
Wait, Beasts of the Southern Wild or Beasts of? Okay.
You know Beasts of the Southern Wild?
No, you said Beasts of the Southern Nation. I was just making sure
sorry.
you were talking.
Oh, Lord.
Talking, yeah.
I got all confuzzled. Beasts of the Southern Wild. So sorry, Cary Fukunaga. You're great too. Definitely can't relate to that movie, fortunately, for myself. But Beasts of the Southern Wild. Just the kind of like imagination and hope and all these things kind of tie together. So I think this movie respects the reality of a lot of people, which I really appreciate, even though I wish it wasn't so. But it's even like that thing of like it's more than tokenage. Like again, back to, and I'll get off my very tall horse. But like even Just Mercy, like it's almost like the tokenage, like, oh, good for me. I watched the sad movie, so like I'm not racist and my job is done. That kind of thing. So I feel like people could kind of like give this movie like a little pat on the head and be like, good job, but like that's not what it is. It's like truly speaking. It's the only unrealistic thing about this movie is the sci-fi aspects, I guess, and so. Anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without me ever finishing a thought? Yes, great.
Well, maybe let's cut to a sponsor real quick.
Let's do it.
Do you run a business and want to provide quality protection for yourself and your employees? Dunn Manufacturing provides quality protection face masks in order for your staff to experience a happy and healthy work environment. Our masks are washable and reusable. For details on our masks or to place an order, please email us at mark@dunnmfg.com. That's mark@dunnmfg.com. Please note that all proceeds of these sales will go to help the COVID-19 cause.
Yeah, and even though it does, as you were kind of alluding to, I think, even though it does have these very real, timely situations and discussions, at the same time, even before any of that happens, it's still just a really grounded, real, fun kind of kid adventure story.
Yeah. Well, the rest of it's real and grounded too. That's what I mean to say.
Yeah. And
it all exists in the same world for a lot of
exactly.
people,
Yeah, and
kids.
There are the Spike Lee, even though he didn't direct it, it still goes from one thing to the other and maintains a reality, but doesn't necessarily maintain the same genre, which is okay. By no means a bad thing.
Yeah, I think that's what makes it better. That's why I love movies like that, because it's way more true to life.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have comedy without tragedy and vice versa,
Yeah, and also in terms of presenting a realistic situation, is that it, from going from a very fun comedic adventure with your siblings or your friends, it's like the next moment or the next day, something tragic could happen, and does happen a lot of the time in these situations. And so it presents a very realistic look at someone's life and how it could change so quickly. And so that in that way, without really saying it does it very well. It's like it's just showing a person's life while injecting sci-fi into it. But I thought that was a pretty interesting angle to the movie.
Yeah, I also think it doesn't undermine the very real injustices in terms of police brutality and everything in everyday life by the ending, which of course won't spoil, but I really appreciated the way it was done. I think because it also gives a bit of, I think its intention is to give quite a bit of hope. Like, it's almost like I was saying about Just Mercy, where it's like, okay, but you watch this, but you still have to do stuff. Like, this one almost hands you the baton. Like, yeah. It's like, okay, like the story's not over, which I think is really powerful. Yeah,
and on that, when it ended, and in terms of the final scene, at first I was like, wait, what? I don't, that doesn't feel right to me. But then, not to spoil it, but it then, thinking about it, it makes perfect sense, because it's like, even if it seems so unrealistic and doubtful that this will come out the way you want it, keep trying, because you never know, and you might eventually get there.
Yeah.
And of course, the movie is dealing with sci-fi, but in the core of it, it's like, just keep trying, even if it does seem unlikely to happen. And so I think the ending, I agree, is very important and effective, because it's speaking to reality in a way that's very
important. It's like the point of movies.
It's
supposed to enrich and enlighten, and encourage.
Agreed.
All the ends.
Yeah. I also thought the two leads especially were great. I
liked him a lot. I liked her. I didn't think she was like the super best in the whole world, but my favorite was probably the brother, actually. But
he was good. The one person I didn't love, the love interest. I didn't. He didn't do much for me.
It wasn't even. Yeah. I mean, this was. Yeah, the movie was low budget. Like, if that makes sense. Like, not in a rude way by any means. I just mean, like, sometimes you can feel the small scale of it. Yeah. Which, is understandable, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes.
But even with that said, being a lower budget sci-fi film and dealing with these young kids, it's like, it's not it's not a movie that just kids could enjoy or should watch.
Sure.
It's really one everybody could watch and have a connection to it and feel like they're being spoken to on their level, so to speak, you know.
And it's, again, like, if it's well done, it's well done. Like, you're very engaged. But yeah, I thought the brother was really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it was a good story. It was tight. You know, it was a short movie, which is good sometimes. You know, it was based on a short. His mom refinanced her house so he could make that short film.
Wow.
So there you go. But yeah, again, I think a lot of the dialogue was very intentional. And this movie, I feel like this movie, again, was really made for, you know, to give voice and power and comfort to, like, especially the Black community and, like, kids, like the young Black community. Which I think is so important. And then also, like any good piece, it can be taken by the viewer in many ways. So, like, for me, it was just, like, you know, enlightening and just, like, another step in sympathizing and all that, getting a sense of the reality. And it's presented in a really good way.
Yeah, and the one really tragic thing about it, and that's really timely, is that in terms of them going back and trying to prevent the wrongful killing of this brother, and how they present the scenario where where the two true robbers run by them, but then you see how easily police would not really care if that was the real person or if they had someone completely wrong, and not take any care to actually find the real
which is
the person.
Same
it's
as
like,
Just Mercy.
Yeah, it's like the guy at the end, or the tagline at the end, where it's saying the prosecutor said he was guilty just by looking at him.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can see that's how police act a lot of the time in these situations.
Yeah.
And so
Absolutely.
I thought that's presentation of that scenario done from various angles was great.
Me too.
In the movie, and very had a lot of weight.
You know, it stars kids, and it's clear that, like, kids could definitely watch this and everything. And they just present it as the reality that it is, as opposed to a lot of media shies away from reality into something you're supposed to, like, aspire to and think is the actual, so that you're the lesser and everything like that, which really implies a sense of isolation and hopelessness, kind of, as opposed to this, which is saying, like, this is life, this is reality, but we're going to go on, you know, they acknowledge their story and then they transform it. That's why it's so important to hear all the different voices and truths, I think, in media. You know,
Yeah.
Takes all kinds.
Yeah.
Except for dumb ones.
Mm-hmm.
Don't need those.
All right. Well, anything else? A good soundtrack.
Yeah, good soundtrack. I just really like it. I think, like, tone was bang on all the way through. Like,
I agree.
I laughed, I cried. Like,
which is tough.
It's everything I just thought it was really, really, really well done. And it was tight, like we said. Concise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, out of 5, it's a heavy 4 for me.
Yeah. Okay. Should I just tell you what I picture?
Please.
Okay. So basically, I picture. Did you ever make rockets in school?
I made them on my own, actually.
Okay, fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you like the. No, I mean, like, the crappy ones though, and like Mentos and everything like that, and then they, like, you make them have, like, toilet paper roll. No.
Yeah. No, I did those on my own.
Oh, okay, that's great, Henry. Okay.
Thank you.
So anyway,
I liked blowing stuff up and burning stuff. So I was very much in
my dad was very much like that too.
Yes,
Yeah.
I that's just the way it was.
Yeah. Hey, at least you didn't shoot your friend in the heart with a bow and arrow, so you're fine.
It's very true.
Actually,
Yeah.
well, my uncle did that. My dad didn't do that.
I did do archery.
It wasn't the heart. Oh God, he's gonna get me again. Sorry, Gary. Oh my God.
Yeah, I didn't shoot anyone that I know of, so that's nice.
Yeah, but he was okay, so that's really good, obviously. But
that's good.
Yeah, my dad loves archery. This is not the point, but
I love it. I haven't done it in a long time, but when I was younger, I loved it.
Yeah, my biology teacher in high school was an Olympic archer, but she was also a creationist and hated Jews. So that's a lot. Yeah.
There you go.
Maybe don't become a biology teacher if you don't believe in biology. But anyway, yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So basically, anyway. So sorry. So this was in 6th grade, and we made the rockets and everything, and I went outside to the blacktop and everything, and I pictured our rocket going so high, which obviously it didn't do, but it was a carrot, or I made it look like a carrot, right? And it went just up a little bit before dropping, but in my mind, I saw it and it transformed. Don't worry, I'm not crazy, but it's how, people's brains do things. And it transformed into a real beautiful, shiny, still little rocket, and it was a blue body, and it had orange fins, and it was so pretty. It went just all the way into the sky until I couldn't see anymore.
Wow. Okay, cool. I guess we can move on, get to a little bit of news. There's not a whole lot going on just because of, state of the world right now, really. But what's up?
There's tea that has to do with what we were just talking about. And I said, no, Chloe, wait for the news, but now I've forgotten what the tea was.
About which thing?
I don't know. No, just a couple minutes ago. I said, this is for the news.
Well, we'll think on it. The one we can touch on, so there's a controversy going on with Selma right now, the Martin Luther King biopic from a few years ago. And apparently, so let's see if I can get the right information here. So this was around
Eric
the time
Garner,
of the Eric Garner killing, yes.
Murder.
And what?
I said murder, not killing. But you.
Thank you. Thank you. No. Yeah. No, thank you. And Selma dramatized. Okay, so David, I can never say his last name. David Oyelowo.
Oyelowo.
That's not
I'm
it,
pretty
but
sure.
Yeah. He said, I remember at the premiere of Selma, us wearing I Can't Breathe t-shirts in protest. Members of the Academy called into the studio.
Yeah, that's right.
And our producers saying, how dare they do that? Why are they stirring shit? And we're not going to vote for that film because we do not think it is their place to be doing that.
Sounds about right.
And it's part of why the film didn't get everything that people think it should have got, and it birthed #OscarsSoWhite. They used their privilege to deny a film on the basis of what they valued in the world. And Ava DuVernay, the director, came out in a tweet and said, true story.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Academy, also via Twitter, I'm so tired of Twitter, so tired of it. They said, Ava and David, we hear you. Unacceptable.
Oh my God. I'm so sick of the we hear you, we see you thing. It's like, congratulations.
Yeah.
What do you what'd you go to the you got your how much wax did you have in your ears? Well done. Oh my God. I know it's like a common thing right now, but I'm on my little soapbox. I hate it. Congratulations. You're welcome. You get to hear me and see me. I'm not going to thank you for that. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah. But so Ava and David, we hear you. Unacceptable. We're committed to progress. Give me a break, Academy.
Give me a break.
I added that. They didn't say that.
At least we've long hated the Oscars. So
yes. Now, Chloe, does that kind of
nonsense?
Does that kind of response surprise you that the Academy did that?
No, it pisses me off. Oh my God, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. People don't actually mean stuff. It's just so annoying. Like, I just can't get into the world right now. I'm just really annoyed.
I know.
Again, the white moderate, aka the liberal right now. There's the liberal and there's the progressive. And the liberal, I'm worried that basically when Trumpy's out of office, because Trump's like the scapegoat for everything bad apparently of all time, even before he was born somehow, which is incredible, right? Apparently he just has more power than anyone ever knew, and it didn't take... Yes?
Wait, there were problems before Trump?
It's wild, Henry! It's crazy! Oh
Chloe,
my God!
Chloe, I feel like I learn something new every time we talk.
Bombshell. I love it.
I've only been thinking of the last few years, man.
Yes, but that's the way a lot of people really have been thinking.
Oh, I know.
And it's so irritating. Like, I'm really worried that, like, the we hear you, we see you people are just going to be like, oh, yay, he's out of office. And so everything's fine now. And it's like, no, you just can't see it anymore. Like, you know, I'm not saying it's good, but, you know, from the flames comes, you know what I mean? Like, this is not like people say, like they said in Just Mercy, and like basically any black person can relate to in one way or another. Like, since you know, a lot of their lineage was forced to this country, it's always been that way, you know what I mean? So like, if y'all stop protesting just because your little scapegoat is out of office, you need to re-examine.
Yeah.
Tell me when Walter was put in prison. Tell me it wasn't Trumpy.
Chloe, if I may speak for people, we hear you. Okay,
yeah.
It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. I'm committed to progress.
You know, now that is good. The latter bit I'll take, but
Academy, you are the worst. They
are the worst. Are you kidding me? Oh my God.
And not that this has any weight compared to everything. I hate Twitter. I am so tired. I'm tired of Twitter. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
If the only reason I have one is for the podcast. If I didn't have a podcast, God forbid, if I didn't have a podcast, I'd be off.
Dunzo. I told
Not to
you
say
I had
Facebook is any better. All right. That's a whole other conversation,
Facebook,
but
now I'll tell you, to be minor on these conspiracy theories, I mean, there's tons to it, of course, but one thing, Facebook effing logs me out every time completely. And I'm very little lefty progressive over here. Every time.
Do you say, remember my password?
Yes, Henry. They take out my email, they take out my password, everything, every single time. So
it could be a cookie issue. I don't know.
It is not a cookie issue. I checked my cookies. My jar is full. Okay?
It's Zuckerberg.
It is. Come on. But
we're on to you, man. We're on to you.
Yeah. I duct tape not duct tape, but I washi tape because I'm that kind of girl. I washi tape my webcam.
You washi tape?
I put tape over my camera on my laptop.
What's washi tape?
It's like cute tape.
Oh.
Who are you? Oh my gosh.
I mean, I usually have tape on mine as well.
Yeah. So, buddies.
No. Maybe we can start selling that as a sponsor product.
That is
washi tape.
I love it.
The Film Buds logo, and it can be strips that only fit the little webcam.
Henry,
thing.
That's basically what washi tape. Like, that is the width of washi tape. It is small tape.
Well, perfect. Then it's already been made, so we can just we'll just tack the Film Buds logo on it, and bingo,
pop it on up. Yeah. I love it.
Cool.
What were we talking about? I'm so mad I can't remember that news. It was so relevant. It was so relevant.
Yeah. Don't know.
Dang it, heck. Tell me some other news.
Well, AMC theaters are saying that they don't think they'll be able to stay in business after the pandemic ends.
Yeah, that's wild.
And of course, unless Amazon buys them, which, you know.
Oh, God, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
That does not count as staying alive. That's selling your soul to the devil.
I'm fine with Regal.
I'm fine with Timberline. Yes.
Please stay open.
Please. Yes. Timberline can't
go. If that closes, humanity.
No hope. That's our beacon of hope is Timberline Movie Theater. I swear to God. No, it's true. Well, the Varsity almost closed. Then they had that little costume parade. Now they're not closed.
Oh.
You know about that?
No.
It was like 2 years ago. Whatever.
I never go there, so I don't really pay attention.
Yeah, me either, but I still know about it. All my friends did the thing. By all my friends, I mean Mary and Meg, naturally.
Right.
I'm so mad.
When I say all my friends, Chloe, I just mean you.
Me?
When I'm talking to all my friends, like, that's just Chloe.
So sweet.
Maybe that reveals more about my life than
that you have excellent taste in friends.
And just a solo.
Well,
but,
just really high standard.
Maybe
that only I and Katie from New York can meet.
Yes.
And Brayden, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, Brayden.
Okay,
I wonder how he's loving quarantine. You and I both know that.
Yeah.
Except that he's a gym person, I guess. But I'm really just trying to stall until I can remember the thing, but I won't be able to remember it. So let's just move
Well, I mean,
on.
if you think of it, just, let us know. Let's take a little pause for the sponsor.
Sponsor break.
For the best way to stay cool, calm, and protected this summer, please review our products at sweatmagic.com. I'm Mark Dunn, and we provide quality face masks for your protection and satisfaction. Please note that all proceeds of these sales will go to help the COVID-19 cause. Thank you, and stay safe.
All right, well, we can move on to our listener question. So, the Film Buds podcast at gmail.com is where you can reach us at. Also, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at FilmBuds. So if you have not yet, get on that. You can stay up to date with all the cool Film Buds stuff going on.
All of it.
And we'd love to hear from you. If you're a new listener for the very first time, welcome. We'd love to hear if you have a question or a comment, or if you've been listening for a while and you're remaining silent. Let us know of something you're thinking.
You're remaining silent. Okay.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the one we have this week is from our friend Nicole. And she says, "Hello, all.
Hello.
What do you think? What do you think of the comments going on about The Help? It is the top. It's in the top 10 streaming movies on Netflix right now." But so far, at least, Viola Davis and Bryce Dallas Howard have come out and said there are better movies to watch that deal with race.
Yes. I think Emma Stone, too.
Oh, yeah?
But I could be wrong.
What would be films, they don't have to be streaming, that you would recommend, which have maybe helped you personally become more aware over the years? Keep potting.
Oh my God, thank you. That's so nice.
Yeah.
What do you think, Henry?
I have a few here that
Henry had time to make a list. Club over here on the spot, but don't worry.
Yes, my communication is lacking.
Is far better than mine.
Well,
let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that. I'll spitball here.
Oh, please.
My first thought is actually, I watch movies a lot, and if they make me feel yucky on the inside, it kind of reminds me of what's good and not good.
Right.
That sounds so dumb, but like, I don't know, like movies can really support where you are, even if it's in like the accidental way. Like if I watch a movie with like only white people, I do notice that, and I'm like, it's only white people, which is like, right? And then it's like, if there's no women, we all know that like irritates me. If it's like,
Dunkirk. Ugh.
Oh, shut up,
Still
Henry.
so angry.
That's not what I meant. We all know that's not what I mean, okay?
I'm kidding.
But genuinely, I'm not trying to sound obnoxious, but genuinely, I think movies have done a good job of reiterating what like good art is. Like, it's reflective of life. And so if it's not, then you take notice. You know what I mean? And like, also I've watched, especially recently, because there's like not a lot going on, I've watched like older stuff, like not super old, like early 2010s, that kind of thing. And like a lot of the jokes are just so like not cool. Like even in stuff I like with people I really like, it's just like, I can't deal with this. Like, you know, the best intentioned people who like I know are like-minded to me at, you know, then and now, because, you know, they're famous and I know them, like, but the jokes are just not, no.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, it's kind of a weird answer, but it's an answer. But also, like, I think the best, I think the most successful way to enjoy life properly is just to observe life properly and in its entirety. And, you know, it was important for me watching movies and TV and stuff made by Jewish people, about Jewish people, whatever. But also, I watched a lot of like Everybody Hates Chris growing up. It was like my favorite show growing up, and like, I don't know, for better or worse, Lil Bill. I know that's not good anymore, but I watch a lot of Lil Bill. But you know, you want to be lose some. But
classic.
The point is, I think it's just the beauty of like movies and TV and the art form in and of itself is, again, we talk about this so much, is like, it's something that can reach so many people. And it's such a, you know, unfortunately not everybody for various reasons, which are, you know, super annoying. So let's not get to that point in this country, please, everybody, because that's ridiculous. Y'all want to see Star Wars, right? So you better vote, because in China, so anyway.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But so
I was going to say, I don't want to see Star Wars anymore, but
well,
that's not my reason.
So anyway, hey, Taika.
Oh, that's true.
You better hop back on board.
I'm kidding. I want to see Star Wars.
Yeah, we know. So anyway, it just, I think the beautiful thing, again, like I said, about movies is just that it can show you parts of the world that would otherwise be inaccessible, and show you other stories that are really personal, just, you know, even like Just Mercy, just one person's life, you know, which like otherwise, you know, I read a lot of books, but not everybody likes reading books or even can read comfortably for a variety of reasons and everything. And again, movies are just really accessible and subtitled and whatever. And so I think if you grow up in the, you know, wonderful big world of really taking in movies, and I was really lucky to, my dad always encouraged me to watch a lot of like foreign films and stuff, and you just get a lot of insight. And so, yeah, I think that's really important to forming and informing who you are. Especially like, it's all wild, but like you see the younger generation were a lot more, you know, not stupid or mean. We're a lot more, I hate the word tolerant. We're a lot more realistic about who we all are, right? And who we should be as a society. And I think a big part of that is all that we've had. Like, we don't just have like 2 channels of TV, right? And we have like the whole internet, and it can backfire, obviously. There's always, you know, there's always Twitter, okay? There's always like Pizzagate or whatever. There's always random crap. But if you know, whatever, then it's all at your fingertips, which it wasn't. Like, even in my dad's textbook, oh God, Gary, look, get off my back about it, Gary. I know it's the 9th thing I'm going to say wrong. I love you, Papa. Sorry I yelled. But his textbooks, I want to say high school, but that might be the thing I get wrong. His history books in high school were just totally false about like the Civil War and everything. They just like totally lied. Yeah. And and you know, I had Holocaust denier teachers growing up and all that kind of thing.
Yes.
And so,
I was lucky enough.
Come very far.
Nobody at Orange High School who I encountered teachers had that feeling. I was, thankfully.
That's wild.
I never had to deal with that.
That's crazy. I had it all through. Well, not all through, but I had some in elementary school, wildly, had middle school and high school.
Wow.
Crazy. But the high school one was an English teacher, not a history teacher. Not that makes it a lot better.
Still.
Because, like, how did it come up in English class anyway? And also, she talked about how she got her dog drunk.
Strange.
Honest to God. Yeah. That's not good.
Yeah. So I think that there are kind of two answers.
On purpose, Henry.
Oh, I believe you. That's not okay.
But also movies like Black Klansman.
Yeah. So I think, I mean, it's a very broad answer for this part, but like just seeking out film, if we're talking about films, just ones that are from various countries and are done by different kinds of people are just, I mean, that's very broad, but just kind of take the time to look around and see, because there are so many great stories out there and they're all across the world.
Yeah.
And they're really worth seeing, even if it's not your, something you're very familiar with. That can be a great thing. And so if you are a frequent watcher of films, it's good to expand, even if you know nothing about the movie going in. It can just still be cool. Hey, I'm going to watch a movie from France, then one from China, and et cetera.
Africa, everywhere.
Africa, yeah.
I don't know about Antarctica, but I'm sure we can sort it out. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, and because there's a lot of great film out there, and it's really important as well. But now, I guess
even
dealing more.
Watch the Misty Copeland documentary, because either, if a little person watches it, like a kid, then they're like, that's that on that, right? Which is like, we talk about things that are learned, but even for like adults who are like, who care and just want to reprogram, it's just like, just watch it and take it in, and don't, take it in as a movie, and don't be thinking of yourself in the context. Like, don't be mad at yourself or anything like that. I think that it will block what the film is the film is like doing the work for you in a lot of ways, if you just click play. Yeah,
but now I guess dealing more with, I would not say watch The Help out of all the movies dealing with that right now.
No. I would say watch Watchmen.
Yeah.
That is one, because I genuinely didn't know about Black Wall Street, I think is what it was called. I really didn't know. And I try to read a lot and stuff. Like, it's something I've always cared about. I've grown up being very informed about how important it all is by my parents and everything, very fortunately, and my grandparents. And and also, Jewish culture, like, there's just, we know about that stuff, so we're like a little more primed to pay attention to it. But I didn't know about it. So, like, that's another great thing about TV and stuff too, is like, it's like an entree, because like Watchmen's so cool and it's got lots of good themes, but also like I had no idea about this very recent reality in American history. Yeah. But now dealing with more films, I've never seen The Help. I should point that out. Oh, have you not? Oh, wow. I've always thought it was well, I mean, not to be on my high horse. Again, I always sound so obnoxious. I'm not trying to be on my high horse about this, but the trailers and stuff, I said, great. No, I mean, some white ladies being nice to black maids, congratulations. Honest to God. Yeah. You're not off, Chloe. But I haven't seen it. Okay. But that was my perception. Yeah. And I didn't feel like it. Yeah. Now, films dealing with that I have found just on a personal level very either moving in a way that kind of gives me more awareness, or has really made an impact. Detroit. Oh my God. Which I feel like nobody is talking about. John Boyega. And talking about timely movies. Like, that movie is pretty much what we're seeing going on right now. Yeah, that's what my dad was, because again, he was about that. He was like a little younger than me, I guess, or about my age actually, when that was going on, that kind of thing. And he was talking about it all. Yeah, and that's on Hulu, I believe. I could be wrong, but I think it is. If you want to do some work, just sit and watch that movie. That was Wow. I saw that with Allie in theaters when she was here. I don't know how I tricked her into it before we reviewed it on the show. I don't know how I tricked her to going to watch that with me, but like, it might have been John Boyega. That might have been it. But like, I didn't trick her. She's very kind and open and was like, okay. And I was like, you don't have to. Because she was here for like 2 days on like vacation. And I was like, I got to watch this movie, Detroit. She was like, okay. And I was like, and she's like, yeah, good. Let's go. So like, yeah, you got to strap in for that one. But it's so well done. But dang, except for that dude we hate. Sucks in it because he sucks.
Oh, Will Poulter?
I hate him. I'm sorry. Yeah. We don't hate anyone and everything, whatever, but he's not good.
He's the worst.
He's not a good actor.
Yeah. And then also pretty much, I guess with the exception of Old Boy, pretty much any Spike Lee movie.
Oh, yeah.
Is my favorite, and I'll mention it next week, but my favorite of his is Chirac.
Oh, so good.
Yeah. And
I mean, you know mine because I'm basic. Black Klansman.
Yeah. And I remember, speaking of Spike Lee, I remember one of the first films that I watched in college that really gave me this kind of reaffirmed my interest in movies and storytelling was Do the Right Thing.
Oh my, it's a classic.
And that's one like everybody mentions, but it's still very relevant and it's deserving of its status.
Yeah.
And
it's also like the whole story, which is the other thing. Like people aren't just like people are a lot of amalgamation of so many factors. So like also I love Spike Lee because like how he came up, like his whole story is so sick.
Yeah.
You know, it's like crazy. He took such oh my God, like it's a famously wild story what he did to get his first movie funded. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then one movie that I saw only like maybe last year was 13th, the Ava DuVernay documentary on Netflix. That was very interesting to watch.
Jarring.
Yeah, very jarring.
It's well done though.
And there are some like big ones. Like I did like 12 Years a Slave is yes, it is, you know, a Best Picture winner and it's, you know, widely known, but if you watch it, there are some it's a very important story and really gives you a lot of perspectives into that world, I think.
Yeah. I think something that's important too is to like avoid a white savior syndrome is to just like watch stuff. I mean, watch everything, but like just watch stuff about other people, not things that are, you know, focusing on the, you know, if you want to be more tapped in or whatever to Jewish people, for instance, I advise you do more than just watch Holocaust movies. Like we're not defined by that kind of thing. Like just watch things by Jewish creators. So I think like that goes with everything and with all other everybody's like.
And I mean, and even for example, I mean, it's dealing with the war, but after the war, but Tale of Love and Darkness.
Yeah,
like that's, you know. It's just films like that are just a story about people. It's not, you know, it's still saying a lot, but it's still, again, it's just a look into another culture and people. And so I agree. It's not just about, don't just watch 12 Years a Slave and think, oh, that's all I need to watch.
Yeah, the pat on the back thing.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, like
it's important for movies like Moonlight, you know, like
oh my God, yeah.
So and if Beale Street Could Talk as well.
I've been thinking about that the whole time we've been talking. God, what a beautiful movie! I love that movie so much, as you know. Oh my God, I love it. But yeah, like even for me, kind of because of all this is gonna get a little personal, I guess. But like,
oh boy.
I don't know. We all have flaws. Like, we're all trying to work on things, right? I guess. Like, except for Brian, obviously. He's perfect. But, like...
Yes.
I have been... You know the show Rami?
Yes.
I, like, hadn't watched it just because, like, I don't want to watch it. Like, you know? But I started watching it, you know, just because you kind of... You know, I wanted to, you know, do the thing of stepping into, you know, glimpsing...
Right.
Into another, you know, dimension of life that I hadn't. Just because it wasn't a show that called out to me. Like, I knew it, like, I've never watched, I don't know. It just, I mean, aside from, I'm very, I'm open to the cultural stuff and everything like that, but like just reading it didn't really like speak to me. But I know that I might have put a little more effort into it if not for the cultural part of it. And so I've been watching it and I'm a little irritated by it. It's kind of why I didn't want to watch it, is because I didn't want to like I didn't want to give myself any self-imposed, obviously, reason for being like irritated by something. But I don't love how it presents my culture, but the stereotypes there, but it's still important to take in that kind of thing from other people's points of view and all that stuff, It's still a TV show. It's got plot, so we'll see where it goes. And it's a lot of stuff I haven't ever experienced. That's cool. It's like a dude, which is one talking, like trying to find love, which is, you don't get that a lot on TV. And then, of course, the cultural differences and everything and religious differences. It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But in case anyone was wondering, all Jews are not hella rich and do a bunch of drugs and stuff. Just in case anyone was wondering.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's true. Yeah. So I guess the big, in summation, just make a point of being active and curious about films from other countries and other cultures. Yeah.
Just like, even if it's like Rami, like I wasn't opposed to watching it. I just like was not really feeling it, but I kind of decided to watch it because just, to get that extra aspect. It's like you can choose to put that, little bit of, it's not always the way it has to be. Like you can just watch a movie because you want to watch a movie. But like if you're thinking about it, kind of feeling about it, then you should probably just give it a shot. And like you don't have to like it, because at the end of the day, it's still like entertainment. Like it's still a show. Like if you don't like the way the show is written, or don't think it's funny, or don't like the way it's done, like you don't have to watch it. But like at least you're, taking in something every moment you're experiencing. So you might as well diversify your experience.
Right. All right. Well, I hope that answers your question.
I'm so
Nicole
effing mad I can't think of the news. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. It had to do with like stuff. Oh man. And it was like movie related. It was like, but anyway.
Well, again, the Film Buds podcast at gmail.com. And also you can access all that stuff through thefilmbuds.com. There's a lot going on there. Store or merchandise store. You can access the Patreon page.
Because Henry's so nice.
The bonus shows on Bandcamp.
Relief.
Yep. Yeah. All the merchandise goes to COVID-19 charities. So we'd appreciate for that. And as well as you can check out our bonus shows, our other podcasts and everything. So check it out. It's the place to be on the internet. It's where all the kids are hanging out.
Oh yeah.
I should try to market the website as like when Ryan is talking about on The Office, like having the paper website be the place where all the people are chatting. Like, what's the newest music? Oh,
I love it.
Go to thefilmbuds.com.
I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's end off with our picks of the week. I have almost nothing, Chloe, this week.
I've heard that's great. Little joke. Not funny. I know. Fine.
Do you
say it's true?
What?
Nothing.
Oh, I don't know.
Let's cut this off before we get to. You want to go first?
I can go first. I guess I mentioned it at the beginning of the show. I watched James Franco's In Dubious Battle, which is on Amazon Prime right now, and it's based on the John Steinbeck novel.
He looks so much like John Steinbeck. He'd be really good for him in a biopic. Not that I think anyone's going to do one of him, but...
Yeah, and first of all, the cast of this movie is crazy. There's James Franco.
That's James Franco for you, honestly.
Ed Harris, it's like an older guy. Oh, shoot. He was in Lonesome Dove. What's that guy's name?
Oh, shoot. Why'd you do this to me, too? Oh, man.
That guy. Oh, Duvall.
We're good at this.
Robert Duvall.
He's crazy.
It has Selena Gomez in there. Josh Hutcherson.
Oh, my boy. Oh, I better watch it.
Yeah. And this is a story of the Great Depression, when these group of workers who are working at an apple orchard are being very abused by or having their wages cut severely by the owners, and they're just getting sick of it, Chloe.
They're sick of it.
And James Franco teams up with this young lad, and they help start a rebellion against the rich guys, and it's just about them kind of starting this and gathering momentum and creating these protests. It was okay. James Franco's very prolific with these films. He's in a million things, and he also directs a ton of movies as well. And
Lots of Faulkner. He loves his American classic literature. Actually,
he loves to adapt these classic pieces of literature that a lot of times I think people have said, oh, there's no way to correctly adapt that or make that into a film. And he, even if it doesn't turn out
we should have given him The Giver.
Yeah, he still makes a point of telling these stories on screen. And my biggest issue with his direction, for the most part, is that I always find, or usually find, there's a real lack of momentum. I just feel like his films feel
He's a sitter.
Yeah, they're very aimless, and even if there are sections that work and are very compelling and have good performances, there are many more lulls in his films than there should be, and especially considering the source material, it's a bit disappointing.
Right.
It gets pretty dull in the middle, but it's still a kind of a cool, different story. Just this apple orchard rebellion is not something you see every day, Chloe. If I'm not mistaken, I haven't seen many apple orchard.
But I did hear. Well, I'm not allowed to tell that story. I heard a very interesting story yesterday, but I'm not allowed to tell it.
Why not?
Because it involves professionals from the area who are like big deals now.
Okay.
But it's very similar. It's very similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was okay. Had a lot of potential, and I appreciate him just going for it, but didn't totally win me over, Chloe.
Oh man, I'm sorry, Henry.
Yeah, but James Franco, I really enjoy him.
Yeah, who don't? You know?
Yeah,
some people. I have so I have 2 recommendations that I didn't watch this week, but I've watched, and I'm pretty sure I've mentioned on the show, or at least Wilkie's mentioned on I don't know. Anyway, but especially, like, I'm pretty sure See You Yesterday, CJ might be named after Madam CJ Walker, and Self-Made on Netflix is, like, pretty good. Octavia Spencer's great. She's great in everything. So that's worth a watch. Also, season 2 of Pose is coming to Netflix really soon. I think Thursday. So that's really exciting. Right. So if you haven't watched that, which you haven't, it's great. Also, my heart is broken like an egg on the floor. Oh my God. I said that to Allie a little while ago. I said my heart's broken like an egg on the floor about everything, because it's an expression I like to use. And while I was talking to her, I was making myself some brekkie. And guess what I did, Henry? I dropped an egg on the floor.
Wow.
Oh, man. That was a real kick in the tushy of a meta experience. So, but at least it holds up. It's very annoying because then you're like, I don't want my cats to get salmonella, but I don't even know if they can. So anyway. What? Yeah.
Did that show get canceled, Chloe? I feel like I remember. Was there some show that you liked that got canceled?
Well, every show I freaking like gets canceled.
I feel like there was some show.
Diet. Yeah.
I feel like there was some show that, like, maybe Henry Wilkinson and you talked about that got just now recently got canceled on Netflix. I could be wrong.
You're probably right, and I'm upset.
Was there another show that was dealing with fashion? Not Pose.
Yes! Next in Fashion got canceled.
Yeah.
Next in Fashion got canceled. I love that show. Oh,
Whoops.
come on. So sad.
Sorry about that.
Man, but speaking of Tan France, you read my mind, because the reason my heart was broken like an egg on the floor is because I've already watched every episode of the new season of Queer Eye, and I'm upset that it's over. It's the best season yet, okay, everybody? My heart was not fully, what's this word? I don't know. I'm giving Henry a little thing, but he's not.
Held?
Sure.
I don't know.
My heart was not securely held fully by the last 2 seasons, I would say, of Queer Eye. But this one is the best one yet. So get excited.
And wait, what season is this?
5 maybe? Or 6? 5, I think?
Nice.
I don't know. But yes, Karamo Brown is still my heart and my soul and my joy. And I'm still really upset that I couldn't see him at Duke, even though I got tickets, because I have... Actually, I don't even know what... it was my... narcolepsy. And I was like... No, was it narcolepsy? I don't know. Girl, I'm sick every day. I don't know what it was, but I was really sick. No, I think it was the flu. I don't know. I was really sick and I couldn't go. And I was so heartbroken. Karamo Brown, one day soon, we will meet. And I'm going to... with your consent, give you a big hug, because you're just wonderful. I love him. I love Anthony. I love Bobby. I love Tana. I love JVN. Not as much as everybody else loves JVN, but, I love them all. But, oh my God, I love Anthony. I love them all. Anyway, it's great. I can't believe you've never watched any of them. Get to it, Henry. You're wasting your... I don't know what it is, some toxic masculinity. You got to watch this great show.
No, I'm just watching Columbo. I'm sorry.
Still?
Yeah, I was...
Look,
watching it.
Peter Falk can wait, okay? He's always there for you.
Yeah, he's investigating a chess player who murdered a guy.
Classic. So there's always an episode about a chess player who murdered a guy.
Or sorry, attempted.
Attempted? Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
At least in Monks, the guy got the job done.
Yeah, but hey, Columbo always gets his guy, so don't worry, everybody. But yes, I will get on it. I've just been in a Columbo mood. He's always getting to the bedrock.
You're getting answers in this answerless world. You're getting some justice.
And he's just hilarious. I just enjoy him so much.
He never wrongly accuses black people, probably.
No, he doesn't.
That's because they won't cast any black people
every time
on
I
the
watch
show.
it. I'm like, good for you, Columbo.
What else have I? Okay, this is quite something else.
And if I may say so, nothing against Queer Eye whatsoever.
What?
It takes a lot for me to watch any kind of reality.
You watched the Great British Bake Off.
That's the only one I've seen in
try
5
Queer
years.
Eye.
It's the only one I've seen.
I'm going to nominate you.
So but
I don't know if I would nominate you or my dad. Oh my God.
Your dad might. Yeah.
Both would be good, but I feel like Gary will become a fan favorite. Not that you wouldn't, but because Henry, my dad, as you know, was like he's like an ethereal being. Like,
oh yeah,
he's not a human, really. You know what I mean?
Sure.
He's like he's like Toucan Sam or something like that. He's like a cereal that I wasn't allowed to eat as a kid. That has nothing to do with it though. He's like a cereal mascot. Like he's everyone's little thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, and so it's nothing. I'm sure it's a fantastic show. It's just that.
Just try one. How many times do I have to beg you to watch this show? Just watch one episode.
All right.
If it makes you feel better, make it more interesting, you can watch one when they're in Japan, because then you get to see Japan.
Okay. Well, Chloe, if you wouldn't mind.
But I don't love those. Yeah.
Just send me a text message.
Okay.
At some point and say, Henry, watch an episode.
Okay.
And speaking to my life here, I'll probably be on Netflix right then. And I say, spending 45 minutes trying to find something to watch. Chloe, you'll come in, my heart in your hands.
Yes.
And
yes.
Perfect. So
wow. Actually, one of the guys from the new season always says I'm in your hands. So wow, what a tie-in. You should just watch that one. I'll give you that one to watch.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah. Please do.
About the cereal thing.
Yeah.
Something my mother and I used to do. So now I eat cereal all the time.
You love cereal.
But I really always eat very healthy cereal. I'm not just eating,
okay.
Tricks or whatever.
Well, I'm not allowed to eat any cereal because none of it is healthy enough. So
right. And so especially that was the case when I was younger. And every birthday, we would go out and get myself a sugary cereal to have.
My God, that is cute.
Yes.
That's so cute.
I couldn't wait for it because it's
adorable.
It's delayed gratification that whole year. I'm just waiting for the cereal.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Henry. After, God willing, the pandemic is behind us, et cetera, we gotta go for your birthday to that cereal gentrification bar. Except probably not because, I'm against that. But there's like a place that's like all cereal. Like all they sell is cereal.
Huh. Mike's Cereal Shack?
I don't freaking know, Henry. I couldn't give a crap.
That was an Office reference.
I'm too busy to get it. I'm too upset now thinking about how I've just embraced some gentrified $12 for a bowl of cereal, Michigas nonsense. I'll just make you a cereal cake.
Okay.
I'll have Wilkie help me because he can actually bake cakes. But there's like a, this is pointless. We'll make you now I know. Your birthday cake won't be normal flavor or whatever you called it.
Normal
flavored.
Like
It'll
flavor.
be cereal flavored.
Okay. Okay. Well, Chloe, anything else you want to mention?
This actually ties in very well. Cake, Great British Baking Show, times, you need some whatever. I have been watching the Great Canadian Baking Show. Because Dan Levy's one of the hosts. From Schitt's Creek. And I'm like, I'm not going to watch it, but I'm probably not going to watch that much more of it just because it's kind of boring. But that's where I'm at. That's how I felt about the Great British Bake Off, to be fair. Well,
this may be a hot take. I don't know. I stopped watching after the two original guests left. I don't like the new two.
Oh, shut your effing mouth.
Sorry about that.
Okay, I met Sandy Toksvig. She's very nice. Okay.
Oh, I mean, it's not that I don't think that they're good people. It's just I don't enjoy them.
I'm obsessed with Noel Fielding. I'm obsessed with him. Like the Mighty Boosh? You know what the Mighty Boosh is?
No.
Oh my God. Did you watch the IT Crowd? You've seen IT Crowd?
I haven't.
Oh my God. You've never watched the IT Crowd?
Not much of it.
Well, that's what you should watch. You'd love it. Yes, you've watched it. Oh my God.
But no, it's just something about him. He doesn't.
Oh, I love him.
And not to say that they're not good people. They seem like nice people. It's just that as hosts or whatever you want to call it, I don't love it.
Well, I don't really know why. Yeah.
They're just not as funny or as charming to me as the first two.
Well,
were.
Mel and Sue are starring in a detective comedy together, so you can enjoy that when it comes out. You're welcome for that hot tip. I've also been watching a show called I watch one episode before bed. It's called The Undateables, which is something I really appreciate about we all know I love British TV a lot, right? And part of that is they show a lot more of actualness. Not always. They managed to bring us Love Island, which is quite upsetting. But other than that, they're doing great. But The Undateables is a show about people with disabilities dating. And I love it.
That's awesome.
I think everybody should watch it. As you know, 10% of the population is documented disabled. Everyone has disability some way or another. But they're just seen as other, or their daughters might call them mascots on a cereal box, which is not cool. But everybody's people. And everybody...
Now,
so, yeah.
What's this on?
Well, people can find it any way they can.
Okay.
You know, I'll say, once a day, you should some exercise, some daily motion, maybe for yourself, for your health. You know what daily motion is?
What? No, I was agreeing with you.
Yeah. All right. Whatever. What else have I been watching? I mean, I've been rewatching basically everything with Ben Schwartz because I'm obsessed with him, which was one of the things I was talking about that's like super dated. It was a movie called Coffee Town. And it's like all the jokes are so bad. I didn't even finish it. I was like, I love you, Benny Schwartz, but I can't deal with these jokes right now because that's the time we live in. What else have I watched? Shoot darn. Oh, well, we just finished Maniac. Cary Fukunaga, I love you.
Yes.
I love you. Definitely worth the watch. And we just started, I just started watching with my dad season 3 of True Detective with Mahershala Ali, which is,
How is it?
Oh, it's so good. And he's amazing, but dear Lord, you can just tell, like, buckle up, But it's so good,
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely watched other stuff, but as usual, can't think of it. Oh, rewatching GameFace with my mom because she hadn't seen it. She loves it. I love it. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Like I said, I think Schitt's Creek has deboned. Please Like Me, which is cray cray.
Yeah.
And I still haven't watched Josh Thomas's new show because I have that, that thing that I talk about where I'm like, if I watch it, then it's gone. So that'll be good to watch.
Yeah. All right. Well, that about does it.
Done do
everybody.
Stay safe. Be happy. Be kind. Which you all will. You buddies, you're
all
great.
Those things.
We should say thank you for staying safe. Be happy, I guess. Thank you for being kind.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
And
Henry.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, no problem. Thank you for listening.
I wasn't.
Oh, okay, well, there you go.
That's
thanks
funny.
to
That's
all
a little
the
catch-22. Obviously, I was if I responded.
Yes, of course. And thank you to everybody out there who does listen.
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice of you. Now, next week, Da 5 Bloods, the Spike Lee film that is going to be coming on Netflix, and then we'll figure out a second review. Not sure just yet, though.
No?
We didn't agree on
darn,
anything.
Things are slipping in and out of my little noggin.
No.
We definitely did. I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to re-listen to this. I'm going to have to listen to this episode so I can try to get my thoughts back.
Yeah.
Like Mahershala on season 3 of True Detective.
Indeed.
Man.
But we'll figure out something good to do. And
I already did. It was just in the past, so hopefully it'll come back
if I may say so, I don't think we did not agree on anything.
We didn't, but in my head, I came to a conclusion that would reach you at some point.
Okay. And I'm sure
I have
it will.
one that I want to do, though, that I've wanted to do for a long time, but it's up to you.
What's up? What?
Should I say it? Fast Color, please. I've been begging and trying and begging and trying.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen that.
It's the follow-up project of Miss Stevens, writer and director.
Oh, is it?
Why you think I would done want to watch it? Also, Google and Bathara, come on.
Sure.
It looks great.
So, well, there you go. And
sorry, I cornered you into that one. Edit it out. We'll see. We may or may not.
No, I'm fine with that.
Or maybe we'll do 3. Because of the thing I was thinking about prior in this episode that I couldn't remember. And I'll force you to do that one too.
That's okay. Yeah, with Film Buds, there are no rules,
Yeah. Except for grammar.
Mostly. I mean, we don't always nail that one, though, either.
I don't do.
You sure? Well, yeah, and don't forget about the
don't you
supporting us through the safety masks, which the ads will say, and then we'll also have that on the website.
Well, it's not supporting us.
Oh, I I think, okay, yeah. So supporting the safety mask cause.
No.
It's not a cause of safety masks.
Don't forget, if you need a safety mask or you know somebody else who could use one, a great way to get one would be through our advertisement stuff, because then the proceeds from it go for good stuff.
Yes.
That's not Henry and me, like actual good stuff, like COVID relief.
Yeah. And if you can become a patron and just help us out, we appreciate it as well. Don't forget to check out my YouTube series, Beyond the Film. You can check that out.
Have you made a playlist for it on the Film Buds page? Because that's
the first video is on the Film Buds
awesome.
Profile, and I'll get the other one soon.
Perfect.
And well, Chloe, as always, it's great to see you. I wish we could hang out.
I know, Henry. Oh my gosh.
Been too long.
I know. Do you see my bicycle?
No.
You didn't see my bike?
I wasn't
looking. It was
looking.
next to the table. Also, okay. Well, I got a new bike.
Sorry
I've
about
learned
that.
how to ride it. I've never been able to ride a bike because of my knee, so I finally got a bike.
Yeah, when I'm moving, my eyes are on the prize.
Blinders.
You know. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, I've also been watching. I downed a bunch of Comedy Bang Bang because they said they were taking off Netflix, but it's still on Netflix. So I really,
So yeah,
I watched it way more than I would have at once.
And as Chloe said, please stay safe, be kind to everybody. You know, these are very crazy times.
Not everybody.
That's
another thing.
Yeah, okay. If you know, you know. Don't be kind to those people.
Yes, if you know, you know. It's okay. People think I'm annoying all the time, but it's worth it. If you make one person who needs to feel better, don't feel bad for making jerks feel awkward or like they're jerks, because guess what? They're jerks. Some things are objective. I don't care what anyone says, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, don't be nice to them, but be nice to everybody else who needs it.
Yeah.
And
sometimes be actively aggressive when it's safe and fitting.
Yes.
Not aggressive, not aggressive like physically or anything. I just mean like if you see somebody being whatever, say you're being whatever. So sorry.
Yes.
Or actually, it depends on the situation. What I tend to do, because again, I'm like that, and people don't like it because I like yelling parking lots and stuff. And apparently, that's the worst thing you can ever do in the South, even though everything is terrible. But if you're improper, it's really an issue if you make people uncomfortable. But
God forbid,
if somebody does something rude to somebody, then you say to that person, "I'm sorry, that rude thing was just done to you." Loud enough for the other person to hear, then it's a 2-for-1 special.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Much like the face masks. You get something safe and you're giving somebody else something they need.
Or helping yourself out if you need one.
Well, there's somebody. Hello, somebody.
That's true.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah. And just lastly, check out Music Buds. And You Don't Need Anyone, our other two shows. Music Buds is still soaring through the roof. I have no idea what's going on. All from France. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. We should get a French
sponsor. Amazing.
Yeah, but thank you so much to those people if you're listening.
French company.
Can I let me? Sorry to belabor this. I know everybody is ready to go.
Ratatouille.
I actually, because of this, for like 3 months now, the surge has been so weird.
You've been doing Duolingo? Boulangerie?
No, I actually emailed the podcasting host to say, are these like bots or something? I said, no. It's like, no. And he said, nope, that's just, you're becoming more popular. Smiley face. So there was such a surge for Music Buds.
You're going to find out about my bot farm I did to make you feel better?
Yeah, I actually emailed the company and asked to make sure this was right.
Jeez.
So, and it was.
Hilarious. I guess we gotta do another Music Buds.
Maybe.
Shoot. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Man.
All
please
right,
rate the show if you feel like it. We've asked so much of you. We're sorry, buddies. We love you. Sorry.
Please do,
sorry.
yeah.
Oh, we gotta read some ratings next time.
Alrighty.
We haven't done that in a while. I'm missing those sweet, sweet usernames.
Yes. All right, well, we hope you enjoyed the show.
Oh my God! A 467,987th as much as we did.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.